Hi, you guys. Welcome to the show. Okay, so today I'm not going to give you any intros or any kind of jingle jangles or any of that. I feel the need to come on here and give you updates in real time and kind of let you know how we're pivoting and how this can actually apply to maybe something you're going through in life and the overall lesson of why we're here. So in case you don't remember, if you've been here from the beginning, you know that we were Life Hack, LIFHAC, because life is fun, hard, and complicated, yada, yada, yada. And while I still believe some of those tenets ring true, I had to change one of the adjectives I was using to describe what I think life is. And so now we are no longer LIFHAC, we are LIFEHAC. And I'll go further into that in another podcast, another episode maybe, but that noun stands for life is flawed, exciting, hectic, and complicated. And I think that's the more well-rounded view of what I'm trying to convey with this whole academy, this whole platform, this whole idea of why I'm here. But let me tell you how we got here. So I was hit with all of a sudden an onset of colitis. I mean, like just unimaginable stomach pain, side pain. I could eat, but everything was coming out like from the opposite end. And I'm about to get really graphic here. So if you don't like that, just fast forward for about 15 seconds. But everything was coming out as water from both ends of my bottom, if you will. And like just bloody stool, just the whole gamut, right? And I could not figure out what was going on. I didn't know what was wrong. Like just completely took me off my rocker. So I've had this entire time in my head a launch date for where the academy and everything was going to be launched, like all the advertising, all the everything that we have that goes in the background of planning and getting things to go from idea to conception to a product out there, right? Things that you will learn in Life Hack Academy. Not a plug, but a reality. But things that you'll learn in that academy that I'm sharing with you. But all that was ready to go. In my brain, I had this date, this magical date, which happens to be this Friday coming, by the way. But as life would have it, life is flawed, exciting, hectic, and complicated. And so my life decided to be flawed, exciting, hectic, and complicated right in the middle of me having this pivotal moment, this breakthrough moment. And it just threw me off my rocker. It honestly knocked me flat on my ass. I have done nothing towards this academy, towards this podcast, toward anything for the last 12, 13 days, if you will. Now, normal me, normal brain me, normal reality me wants to freak the fuck out about that because I don't feel like I'm where I need to be. I feel like I lost time. I feel like I didn't accomplish anything. I feel like I was a loser, like all the things that your brain brings you through, right? And my brain knows how to bring me through the gamut of shit and shit talking to itself. Why am I telling you this? Because how am I supposed to be the life hack guru, right? The person who knows. But remember, I told you I'm not your guru. I'm a fellow student of life and I'm learning with you and sharing you what I'm learning. But how am I supposed to be that person when I can't get my shit together? I can't make myself do something. I can't make myself be better. I can't make myself do it despite how I feel. Because there comes a time in life when certain things have to be in order for you to pursue other things. What do I mean by that? I did a teaching within the academy about the hierarchy of needs. And yes, I know there are some discrepancies in Maslow's theory and all these things. I get it. I'm not even going into the weeds of it. If we look at just the principle of the theory, the hierarchy of needs, it talks about certain needs need to be met before we can actually get to the higher needs. So those needs are basic things, right? So things that take away from how you live and if you can live. And then you go into your relationships and how you interact with other people. And then you finally get into your self-actualization, how you can be a better human being and how you show up in the world. Well, if my basic needs aren't being met, if your basic needs aren't being met, it's going to be fucking hard for you to think about anything higher thought. Here's the principle I'm learning from this in real time, and the principle that I'm hoping that I can share with you and I can communicate with you today, is that in order for us to really thrive and to live in what this thing is called motivation that doesn't really exist. But in order for us to live into that area and to lean into the area of getting up and doing things despite and doing things no matter how you feel and fuck your feelings and fuck what you think and it doesn't matter, do it scared, do it anyway. In order for us to really tap into that principle, there are some things that have to be taken care of first. It is hard as hell for you to be able to tap into those ideas and thoughts and beliefs if your basic needs are not being met. So if you can't pay your bills, it's hard for you to tap into the do it anyway. If you can't keep a roof over your head, it's hard for you to tap into do it anyway. If you can't keep food on the table for your babies, it's hard for you to tap into that. So there's some real life things. If your health is failing you, it's hard for you to tap into do it anyway. There are some things that have to be taken care of before you can get back into that zone. And that is part of life. That is part of the flaw. That is part of the exciting, part of the hectic, and part of the complicated. And I got to live that in real time just this past 15 days. Here is my encouragement through all of it, right? I survived. I'm here. I'm talking to you right now. I'm back into the swing of things. Maybe not at 100%, but 90%, enough for me to be able to do this. And I'm talking to you and I'm being able to give you a real life lesson. I'm being able to show you what it looks like to bounce back, to get back into it. And guess what happened, you guys? Nobody died that I know of, that I'm responsible for. Yes, of course, somebody died. I'm not being trite right now. What I mean is the world didn't stop. It's still turning. Things are still happening. The job was still there. The people were still here. My family was still around. The bills still kept coming. Like everything still kept going. Sometimes life will be flawed. Life will be exciting. It'll be hectic and complicated. And sometimes it's those things because you need to stop. Because you need to rest. Because you need to reprioritize. Because you need to figure out what is the next right step. Maybe you're moving too fast. Maybe you're moving too slow. Maybe you're not moving at all. Life has a funny way of getting you to go into a direction. You just have to be willing to switch and pivot when it's time to do that. So I said all this to say, we're back. You'll see some regularly published content coming out really, really soon. But there have been some changes as to what we're talking about and what our principles are and what the overall and overarching idea is behind Life Hack. I hope that you found this useful. I hope that you will continue to show up with us as I continue to show up for you. And I just hope that we will get on this journey and learn how to adult the shit out of life and keep kicking and keep rocking. I love you guys. I will talk to you soon. Have a great day.
Hey there. Are you looking for a way to get back into taking care of yourself?
Okay.
Do you feel like you are always the last one on your list to take care of? I have the perfect free tool to help with that. The Self-Care Planner is just the thing you need to jumpstart your focus on your needs. The planner will take you on a 6-day guided journey with suggestions and prompts you can use to draw the focus back to yourself. Check it out today by clicking the link in the show notes.